Hello, and welcome to another update video about Solana. Yeah, first of all, let's start looking at the bigger picture here. Really, the overall context has not changed at all on this chart. The structure hasn't changed for many weeks. We still see this as an ending diagonal that's currently moving to the upside here in a so-called C wave. We completed the wave 1, we completed the wave 2. We likely completed the wave 3, even though I cannot rule out another extension in wave 3 is unfolding. But it looks a bit toppy there now. Yeah, it looks a bit like consolidation. So I currently see this third wave as completed. And then the base case is at the moment that wave 4 has started already. If wave 4 hasn't started yet, then it should just be one more high in wave 3. I think that gives you a very good perspective here on this time frame, on the 4-hour time frame. So either wave 3 has topped and we come down in wave 4, or it might make a small higher high, a marginally higher high in wave 3 and would then come down. So either way, I would like to see a more pronounced correction. Okay, if this correction is really going down deep into the support area, or if it will just take time, time-wise, and it will be a correction over time, that is what the market will decide, okay? Important to understand that markets can correct over time and also over price. So there are two ways of how prices can really correct. The sideways corrections oftentimes occur in a wave 4. They are usually very boring, so we might see that here. And the wave 4 is typically very frustrating. So let's take a look here at the detail then. I mentioned yesterday to you that we had already seen an initial reaction to resistance, and we had seen a first break of micro support. That was when I said that possibly wave B has now topped, that we will assume this until we get a break above the weekend high, which was at $65.60. That would rather indicate another extension of wave B, which is still possible. Yeah, the B wave, if we now zoom in, right, if we now look really at this scenario of a wave 4 unfolding, there are many scenarios that can play out, right? And, I'm just tracking structures here with you. These are not really tradable, not trade recommendations necessarily. They're just tracking structures because, in my opinion, the next really good setup will emerge either if we get a deep wave 4 and get into this support area between $49.50 and $34.40. Because then it might be worth trading for a fifth wave to the upside. So that's one trade setup. Or if a sideways triangle becomes clearer here, which would unfold as follows: A, B, C, D, E, and then break out. If that becomes clearer, then also the triangle could be traded. Until then, we're just tracking structures here and have to remain flexible as the probabilities are unfolding basically in real time. Yeah? But we've seen a potential top now in this B wave. So this is certainly not in any way impulsive to the upside or anything. This looks very corrective. The idea that this would be a B wave has proven to be correct. It even reached the resistance area, even though technically it could still extend the B wave higher. Okay, so we have to be ready for that. But at the moment, as long as we stay below micro resistance, so let me actually adjust that, because I added already earlier today micro resistance to the chart. This now assumes that the B wave has topped and we are now coming down in the C wave. So I've added a first micro count for wave C to the downside. That should send us into the support area. And if we see this structure, then we see already a 5-wave move to the downside. It's not the clearest 5-wave move, but I can add resistance based on that. So if we stay, as long as we stay below that $64.07 level, the downside pressure should remain high. A break above that level would be a first indication that this B wave is extending. But for now, I'm watching for further downside. Yes, there can be a corrective rally. That would be wave 2 here likely into the resistance area, and we will have to watch how the price is going to react to that area. But for now, I think that the pressure is down. And there are a few things to talk about here. First of all, possible trend line. Pay attention to that one, okay? Pay attention to that trend line. Could get a bounce from there. Also, this could, as I said, turn into a larger triangle, but it's too early to confirm that. you can't predict a triangle, but when we see the first evidence for a triangle, which would be, a higher low next basically, and then a pretty strong bounce, which would form a lower high, then we have likely a triangle and could use that to, possibly make a call that a triangle is unfolding and possibly to even trade the triangle and for an upcoming wave 5 breakout. So at the moment, it's just sort of being flexible, watching the wave counts unfold, giving roadmaps as good as possible, which is always difficult within corrections. And just waiting for the next decent trade setup, I think. But I know a lot of you want to be kept up to date with Solana, so we focus on the micro count here. And I think it is, obviously within corrections, I often say, don't take these micro counts too seriously, but they give us a roadmap. And they told us already more than a week ago that a couple of weeks ago, that this wave A was likely finished. We were watching for a rise in wave B, and now we're watching for a decline in wave C until the market tells us that we have to expect something different. Okay, that's my update about Solana. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. You can find the links for those channels in the video description, and on Insta and Twitter, you can find additional content every single day. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.